meeting approves the establishment of Oman Global Financial Center, directs the study and diagnosis of behavioral changes in society and development of policies that promote societal values. The Council of Ministers affirms on the importance of strengthening integration and partnership to achieve goals of current five-year plan, focusing on the growth of promising sectors and enhancing the use of artificial intelligence technologies to develop unified portal for rendering innovative digital services. The Council of Ministers affirms the Sultanate of Oman's keenness to strengthen cooperation and strategic partnership with Saudi Arabia, build friendly and cooperative relations with all countries, and support international law, respect for the sovereignty of states, enabling dialogue to prevent escalation and achieve reconciliation in a way that serves security and stability. His Majesty the Sultan issues a royal decree. And assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Bil Arab bin Haytham will patronize tomorrow the annual Royal Cavalry horse race at Al Rahba racetrack in the Wilaya of Al Barka. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq presided today over the meeting of the Council of Ministers at the Council premises in Muscat. His Majesty began the meeting by expressing his gratitude and praise for the abundant blessings bestowed upon this dear nation, praying to Allah the Almighty the year 2026 would be a year of continued achievement and the realization of aspirations for a promising and a bright future for the Sultanate of Oman and its loyal people. His Majesty then addressed a number of topics as follows. In light of continued positive growth of the national economy and the tangible improvement in financial, economic, and social indicators during the past period, His Majesty expressed his satisfaction with the positive results achieved. He commended the efforts exerted by all parties in this regard, as well as the government policies aimed at strengthening the state's financial sustainability, which have contributed to create an attractive investment environment that helps stimulate various economic sectors. Within the adoption of the 11th Five-Year Development Plan, 2026 to 2030, and the state's general budget for the fiscal year 2026, and after reviewing the state's economic and financial performance and the key indicators expected to be achieved this year, the Council emphasized the importance of integration among the various state institutions and strengthening partnership with the private sector to achieve financial, economic, and social indicators and targets of the current five-year development plan. The Council also stressed the need to focus on the growth of promising economic sectors that are expected to create job opportunities and contribute to the GDP growth. After discussing the most prominent successes achieved by government entities during the past year 2025, including the Central Bank of Oman, the Public Authority for Special Economic Zones and Free Zones, the Oman Vision 2040 Implementation Follow-up Unit, the Tax Authority, the Oman Investment Authority, and the State Financial and Administrative Audit Authority, in addition to the challenges they face and their work plans and targets for the current year 2026, the Council of Ministers commended the efforts exerted by all government entities, emphasizing the importance of strengthening these efforts to achieve the objectives of Oman Vision 2040 and meet the aspirations of citizens. Given the importance of having a global financial center in the Sultanate of Oman to contribute to achieving economic diversification, enhancing the contribution of the financial sector to the gross domestic product, attracting capital, creating an attractive environment for investments, commercial banks and global financial institutions specializing in commercial and Islamic banking services, financial and insurance services, and other supporting activities, as well as transferring knowledge and creating more quality jobs in financial sectors, the Council of Ministers approved the establishment of the Oman Global Financial Center, which will enjoy legislative, administrative, and regulatory independence and will be built on a new financial, judicial, and legislative system that keeps pace with global standards. On His Majesty the Sultan's continuous concern for social and cultural affairs and his commitment to strengthening Omani society and protecting all its segments, and in light of the harmful effect of contemporary technological development and modern communication tools, and the negative social behaviors emerging among some youth groups, such as weakened social ties, a decline in influence of positive role models, and a lack of constructive integrational communication, His Majesty directed the Council of Ministers to study and analyze behavioral changes in society and to develop clear and well-governed policies and mechanisms that promote societal values and positive behaviors while addressing the negative impacts of social media platforms on societal behavior. After reviewing the implementation on the status of the 2025 employment and training initiatives and the indicators and results achieved, the Council of Ministers commended the efforts exerted by the Council's Financial and Economic Committee, the Ministry of Labor, and all government entities that contributed to achieve these objectives. The Council emphasized the importance of continuing these efforts and close cooperation with private sector establishments to open up broader horizons for sustainable job opportunities. In line with the royal keenness in accelerating the pace of the national government digital transformation program and enhancing the effectiveness of government services provided through the Unified Government Services Portal, the Council emphasized the importance of continued collaboration and integrated roles among government entities to make the Unified Portal a central hub for delivering government services to beneficiaries. The Council also stressed the need to leverage artificial intelligence technologies to further develop the Unified Portal, enabling the provision of innovative digital services that meet user expectations and ensure their satisfaction. After reviewing the outcomes of the third meeting of the Omani-Saudi Coordination Council held on December 23, 2025, the Council of Ministers expressed its satisfaction with the positive and fruitful results achieved in various fields. The Council affirmed the Sultanate of Oman's commitment to strengthening cooperation with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, enhancing the strategic partnership, and achieving integration across all sectors in line with the shared aspirations. The Council also emphasized the importance of continued consultation between the two countries on all regional and international issues of mutual interest. After noting the high-level and official visits exchanged with a number of brotherly and friendly countries and the anticipated economic outcomes, the Council emphasized the importance of both public and private sectors maximizing the benefits of the agreement, memoranda, and programs entered into by the government of the Sultanate of Oman, transforming them into actionable programs and capitalizing on the promising opportunities and future projects that derive from them. During a review of bilateral relations with several brotherly and friendly countries, as well as regional and international issues, the principles and constants of Omani policy were discussed. These principles are based on good neighborliness, positive neutrality, and non-interference in the affairs of others. Emphasis was placed on the Sultanate of Oman's commitment to build friendly and cooperative relations with all countries in a way that serves the interests of all. Furthermore, the Sultanate of Oman reaffirmed its full support for international law and respect for the sovereignty and independence of states. It also reiterated its complete support for the United Nations in all its efforts to maintain international peace and security, urging all parties to exercise restraint and facilitate dialogue to prevent escalation and achieve reconciliation, thus serving security, stability, and the safety of civilians. At the conclusion of the meeting, His Majesty the Sultan prayed for continued success and prosperity for all, for the good and growth of this dear nation and its loyal people. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issued Royal Decree No. 5/2026 on ratifying air service agreement between the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the Republic of Cabo Verde. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement according to the attached annex. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and shall come into effect from its date of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of condolences to His Majesty King Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan on the death of the former Prime Minister of Jordan, Engineer Ali Abu Raghib. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, His Highness Sayyid Bil Arab bin Haytham Al Said will preside over the annual Royal Cavalry Race, which will be held at Al Rahba racetrack in the Wilaya of Barka tomorrow, Wednesday. The event is organized by the Royal Court Affairs, represented by the Royal Cavalry. The event comprises 5 races, the most prominent of which is the 5th race, where jockeys will compete for the honor of winning His Majesty the Sultan's Cup. The event will also include various equestrian displays performed by the riders of the Royal Cavalry, accompanied by a selection of musical pieces. Additionally, groups of citizens will participate by performing traditional Omani arts associated with horsemanship. His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al Habsi, Minister of Finance, Chairman of the Supervisory Committee for the establishment phase of the Oman Global Financial Center, confirmed that the establishment of the center will contribute to strengthen the role of the financial sector in order to achieve goals of economic diversification and integration with the efforts of developing the financial and investor sector and the future directions that the Sultanate of Oman looks forward to. His Excellency added that the center will operate as an enabling environment with multiple privileges for managing investments, establishing companies, and setting up business partnerships based on facilitating capital flows, financial services, and supporting financial innovation. His Excellency stated that through the center, the potentials of the Sultanate of Oman will be beneficial in terms of political stability, investment attractiveness, and economic partnerships with various countries around the world. The Shura Council concluded its discussions of the draft law of urban planning and forwarded it to the State Council to complete its legislative process. During the 6th ordinary session of the 3rd annual round, members of Shura Council emphasized on the importance of studying the draft law by reviewing similar legislative experiences and models in other countries to benefit from them and adapt them to the legislative environment and urban planning policies in the Sultanate of Oman. The members also discussed a proposal to increase financial allocations for sports clubs and federations and to allocate a part of the government budgets to activate sports activities. They also reviewed the most prominent challenges facing clubs in the areas of investment and enhancing financial resources. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Ma'awali, Chairman of the Shura Council. As part of the Royal Oman Police's annual celebrations and the graduation of officer cadets, His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Mohsen Al-Shriqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs, presided over the ceremony for awarding academic certificates to the graduating officers. His Excellency also honored the top performing officers as well as the teaching and training staff. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Ministry of Education launches the first edition of Arts Challenge Initiative. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Oman Human Rights Commission organized the closing ceremony of its Values and Belonging Awareness Program on children's rights in the Wilaya of Sahar. This ceremony included a visual presentation and work papers on the Oman Human Rights Commission's efforts to promote and protect children's rights, monitor and implement national strategies related to children's rights, and the roles of and programs of the Children's First Association for the Development of Children in the Sultanate of Oman, highlighting the association's effort in awareness, development, and child protection. The ceremony was presided over by Her Highness Dr. Muna bint Fahad Al Saeed, Assistant Vice Chancellor for International Cooperation at Sultan Qaboos University and President of the Children's First Association. A seminar titled Supply Chain Management and Logistics was organized by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the Wilaya of Sahar. The event aimed to enhance business environment and strengthen partnerships to support the economic development of the governorates. The event highlighted the latest developments and global trends in supply chain management and logistics, while also addressing challenges arising from ongoing international changes. Discussions focused on the role of advanced technologies in improving operational efficiency, risk management mechanisms, and the importance of ports and free zones in supporting free trade and facilitating commercial movement. The seminar contributed to explore innovative solutions in strengthening the logistics sector in support of sustainable economic growth. Average inflation in the Consumer Price Index locally recorded 0.94% in the period from January to November 2025. Here is a report.
The path of inflation in the Sultanate of Oman is proceeding with expectations suggesting a rate of around 1% during the period from January to November of the previous year. The average inflation in the Consumer Price Index recorded 0.94%. According to the Ministry of Economy, inflationary pressures remain relatively limited on the global scale, despite changes in trade policies and the rising imposition of tariffs. However, this still casts a shadow of uncertainty amidst concerns about rising inflation in the coming period. The ministry emphasized that the moderation of inflation over the course of the 10th five-year plan came as the government adopted proactive policies to contain the escalation of global inflation since 2021, along with measures to support food commodities and essential services. This has mitigated the transmission of inflationary pressures to local markets and its implications for the growth of the national economy, purchasing power, and living standards. Maintaining a moderate level of inflation is considered a catalyst for the growth of the national economy, especially with the trend towards easing monetary policy and lowering bank interest rates, which enhances domestic demand and rises local liquidity levels. It also contributes to increasing investments across various economic sectors, in addition to reducing the costs of credit for the private sector and expanding the role of the banking sector in financing projects and economic activities, particularly in industry, construction, mining, and transport. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Oman continued its approach towards monetary easing and reducing Bank of Interest rates in line with decisions made by the U.S. Federal Reserve regarding setting bank interest rates, and in accordance with the policy of pegging the Omani rial to the US dollar.
The Civil Aviation Authority explained that the latest weather maps and numerical forecasts indicate that the atmosphere of the Sultanate of Oman will be affected by scattered rains of varying intensity on Wednesday and Thursday on the coastal governorates of the Sea of Oman and the Arabian Sea, extending to include parts of the North Sharqiya and Al-Dakhiliya governorates, which may lead to flash floods. The Ministry of Education, represented by the Directorate General of Education in Muscat Governorate, today launched the first edition of the Arts Challenge Initiative targeting school students and focusing on visual and fine arts to develop skills, refine artistic talent, and guide students towards future professional pathways. Here's the report.
Creativity is often discovered in moments of expression, where imagination meets opportunity. Within this perspective, the Directorate General of Education in Muscat Governorate launched the Arts Challenge Initiative 2026, encouraging artistic exploration among school students.
The Art Challenge initiatives is considered one of the initiatives that focus on developing creativity of students' talents and comes in line with Oman Vision 2040.
The initiative reflects an educational vision that views the arts as a bridge between learning and identity. By supporting personal growth and nurturing innovation, it reinforces cultural and national values alongside academic achievement, contributing to the preparation of capable and engaged future generations.
The Omani students already have the characteristics in them to be future stars of the country and to lead the country, whether it's in the art sector or any sector, to be honest. So this platform gives them the space to create, to be known, to have the opportunity to grow or to be the better version of themselves.
In the future, I want to be an Omani artist. I draw a girl and a rocket and grass and star and sky. And I would to thanks my school, Tabarak Private School, and thanks also my teacher and thanks everyone watch to help me.
The first edition of the initiative brought together 35 students from different educational stages who serve as a link between the program and their schools, helping to spread its creative spirit and encourage their peers to showcase their talents and take part in artistic activities. As the Arts Challenge Initiative takes shape, new horizons open for students, inviting ideas to grow, talents to emerge, and expression to become part of engaged learning. Reporting from Muscat, this is Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan, during the Council of Ministers meeting, approves establishment of Oman Global Financial Center, directs the study and diagnosis of behavioral changes in society, and development of policies that promote societal values. The Council of Ministers affirms on the importance of strengthening integration and partnership to achieve goals of current 5-year plan, focusing on the growth of promising sectors and enhancing the use of artificial intelligence technologies to develop unified portal for rendering innovative digital services. The Council of Ministers affirmed the Sultanate of Oman's keenness to strengthen cooperation and strategic partnership with Saudi Arabia, build friendly and cooperative relations with all countries, and support international law, respect for the sovereignty of states, enabling dialogue to prevent escalation and achieve reconciliation in a way that serves security and stability. His Majesty the Sultan issues a royal decree. And signed by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Bil Arab bin Haytham will patronize tomorrow the annual Royal Cavalry Horse Race at Al Rahba racetrack in the Wilaya of Barka. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.